a group of celebrities went to space for 10 minutes, only to return and call themselves astronauts. The sheer confidence, the audacity, the kind of delusion that only a billionaire-funded joyride could inspire. This wasn't the dawn of a new space age, nor was it a mission of great scientific importance. It was, quite frankly, a PR stunt dressed up as a historic achievement. So what exactly happened? Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space venture, launched a suborbital mission with 6 civilians on board, including TV icon Gayle King and pop star Katy Perry. The flight lasted a mere 10 minutes, and the passengers experienced just 3 minutes of weightlessness. While the media pushed this as a groundbreaking mission, it wasn't exactly Apollo 11. There were no astronauts aboard, no complex experiments, and certainly no life-or-death scenarios. Instead, the crew floated in zero gravity, took selfies, and returned to Earth as influencers with a newfound title: Astronaut. The media's response was almost as dramatic as the launch itself. CBS broadcasted the event like it was a moment of historical significance, with headlines screaming, "Historic mission." In contrast, actual astronauts, the ones who spend years training and risk their lives in the pursuit of scientific discovery, were likely somewhere on Earth solving complex orbital equations, probably rolling their eyes in disbelief. The trip was marketed as a feminist victory, a celebration of women's empowerment. But let's put this into perspective. Valentina Tereshkova, a Soviet cosmonaut, went to space alone in 1963. If we're calling this a defining moment for women, we might want to revisit the concept of history. The response from the public and online commentators was swift and unforgiving. As soon as the astronauts touched down, the internet had a field day. Comments flooded social media, poking holes in the narrative. One pointed out that calling yourself an astronaut after this trip was akin to saying, "I flew on a plane, so I must be a pilot." Another quipped, "I ran 100 meters, so does that make me an Olympic sprinter now?" Perhaps the most biting comment came from someone who said, "If going to space for 2 minutes makes you an astronaut, then I'm a gynecologist." It's hard to argue with logic that's sharp. While the media tried to reframe the event as a milestone in space tourism, many viewers saw it for what it really was: a celebrity-driven spectacle that had little to do with science. Sure, space tourism is an exciting new frontier, but it should not be confused with the kind of work that real astronauts and scientists do. The women who participated in Blue Origin's flight may have had a unique experience, but they did not become astronauts. They were passengers on an extremely short ride. And calling it anything more is a disservice to the men and women who have dedicated their lives to space exploration. Beyond the spectacle, there's also the environmental impact to consider. The greenhouse gas emissions from a single Blue Origin flight are significant, with one estimate placing the carbon footprint of each launch at around 75 tons of CO2. While space tourism remains an exciting possibility for some, it's hard to ignore the irony of celebrities taking private rockets into space, all in the name of entertainment, while the rest of us work to reduce our carbon footprints on Earth. If we're going to take space seriously as humanity's next frontier, it's important to recognize the responsibility that comes with it, not just for the future of exploration, but also for the planet we're leaving behind. So, while the experience may have been fun for those on board, let's not confuse a ride with a mission. These celebrities did not become astronauts. They went on a roller coaster, and that's perfectly fine. But let's not pretend they did anything other than that. Until space travel is accessible to all, and until we have more genuine missions that push the boundaries of human knowledge, let's call things what they are: a ride, not a revolution. Space may be the next frontier, but for now, it's still a bit too far out of reach for a selfie-filled, influencer-fueled PR stunt to count as history.
This got more media coverage than the astronauts who had to be rescued. It's all so cringe.
Clearly, there are many more people not happy about this, And if you are one of them, then support on my journey and keep me motivated. Until then, see ya.